Arihantanam Namo Sittanam Namo Ayariyanam Namo Uvajayanam Namo Loye Savvasahunam Mangalam Bhagavan Viro Mangalam Gautamo Gani Mangalam Kunda Kundadyo Jaina Dharmostu Mangalam Sarvamangala Mangalyam Sarvakalyanakarakam Pradhanam Sarvadharmanam Jainam Jaitu Shashanam Jainam Jaitu Shashanam Jainam Jaitu Shashanam. So, yeah, last week we finished Vitrag Vigyan part 1. And today we will be beginning with Vitrag Vigyan part 2. And in that, we'll begin with the first chapter, which is Upasana or the Pujan. Homage to the gods, scriptures and monks. Gods is Dev, scriptures is Shastra, and monks is Guru. So this particular puja or the prayer is written by Sri Yugal Kishorji Yugal. He was a MA in, and he was a Sahitya Ratna. He belonged to the place Kota. I had met him 3-4 times. Now he is no more. Maybe around 3 years back, he left his body. And but he was a very talented poet, author, scriptwriter, and also a good orator. So he was very talented. He used to work for newspapers and he used to write articles in newspaper. But when he came in contact with Swamiji, he left all those jobs and he dedicated the rest of his life for spreading the knowledge of Jainism to all. And he had a very good command over Hindi language, and that is quite evident from this prayer, you can see. So in every pujan or in every prayer, there are 5 steps. The first step is called Ahvanan. This is, if you see the line, Om Ing Sri Dev Shastra Guru Samu Atra Avtar Avtar Samvosat. That means we are inviting the trio. Trio means Dev, Shastra and Guru. We are inviting वितरागता के स्वरूप को अपने उपयोग हृदय में अंकित करना. That is called Ahvanan. Then the second stage is Sthapan. Atra Tishta Tishta Tha Tha. So that means Sthapan. अपने उपयोग में लाए हुए वितराग स्वरूप को स्थिर करना. And then the third stage is Sanidhikaranam. Atra Mamma Sanito Bhav Bhav Vast. That means उस स्थिर वितराग स्वरूप को वितराग स्वरूप के निकटवर्ती होना, लीन होना, आनंदित होना, संतृप्त होना, these are all the meaning of the third stage. Then there is puja vidhi, wherein we do puja with 8 dravyas: jal, chandan, akshat, pushp, neved, deep, dhup, phal, and then there is a arg. And then we have this Jaimala, and then we have conclusion. That is also called Visarjan, or it is also called Samapan Part. So these are the 5 stages of every puja, in every puja. And here we begin with the Sthapna. So in that stanza, if you have the book with you, you can see that first one, it's written in the Hindi, first paragraph, and the next, it's in English. So Sthapna is invocation, and it is always sung in a particular rag, no, or in a particular, what you call it, a particular mode. I'll just go through that in Hindi first. केवल रवि किरणों से जिसका संपूर्ण प्रकाशित है अंतर, उस श्री जिनवाणी से होता तत्वों का सुंदरतम दर्शन। सद दर्शन बोध चरण पथ पर अविरल जो बढ़ते मुनिगण, उन देव परम आगम गुरु को शत शत वंदन, शत शत वंदन. So this was about the Hindi paragraph. Now I come to the English one. केवल रवि किरणों से जिसका संपूर्ण प्रकाशित है अंतर. The rays of the sun of omniscience illuminate whose inner self. उस श्री जिनवाणी में होता तत्वों का सुंदरतम दर्शन. So in the first line, we are saluting the Dev. In the second line, we are saluting the Shastra. And in the third line, we are saluting the Guru. So first line is about the Dev. Now these Dev have omniscience knowledge. And through that knowledge, they can see all the things in this universe, past, present, and future, all at one moment. So that is omniscience. So who are included in the Dev? Aryant and the Siddha. These two are included in the Dev. So Keval Ravi Kirno. Ravi is sun. केवल रवि किरणों से जिसका संपूर्ण प्रकाशित है अंतर. किरणों is rays, the rays of the sun of omniscience illuminate whose inner self. उस श्री जिनवाणी में होता तत्वों का सुंदरतम दर्शन. That voice of Jinendra expounds beautifully the fundamentals of our being. Tattva is fundamental. Tantvo ka sundartam darshan. Beautifully the fundamentals of our being. That is all about Jinvani, is about Shastra. Then in the third line, we are paying salutations to the Guru. Sad darshan bodh charan path par aviral jo badhte hain munigan. The monks who proceed on the path of right faith, right knowledge, and right conduct. The monks who proceeds on the path. Saddarshan Bodh Charan Path Aviral. Aviral without any interval. The monks who proceeds on the right path, on the path without any interruptions. The monks who proceeds on the right path without any interruptions of right faith, knowledge, and conduct. So the monks proceeds on the path of right faith, Samyak Darshan, right knowledge, Samyak Gyan, so Sad Darshan, both is Gyan, and Charan is conduct. So these three constitute the path of liberation, and the monks are proceeding on the path of liberation. Undev Param Agam Guru ko. Undev means the God. Param Agam is scriptures, and Guru is monks. I bow to Sat Sat Vandan, Sat Sat Vandan. I bow to thee, O God, scriptures and monks. Three things are there: Dev, Shastra, and Guru. Oh, I bow to thee, O God, scriptures and monks of the Digambar Jain order, 100 times. So, this was all about the first para. I implore of the trio to settle in my mind while I am offering this homage.
Now, which chapter is going on?
First chapter,
Which part, wala?
part 2. Vitrag Vigyan, part 2. You have the books with you, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So this was about the sthapna or the invocation. And now the last 3 lines, we are not having the Hindi version here. You are not having the Hindi version, but in the Hindi version, it's written over there, the first 3 steps of pujan. Om Hing Sri Dev Shastra Guru Samu Atra Uttar Uttar Sarvostam. Then Atra Tishta Tishta Tha Tha. And then Atra Mam Sanito Bhava Vasata. So this was all about the sthapna or the invocation. Now we move on to the actual puja with 8 dravya. We go to the temple, and there we are offered two plates. In the one plate, we are supposed to put all those materials one by one as and when the order comes. And in the other plate, there are 8 kinds of dravya. Which are these 8 kinds? Jal, that is water. Chandan, that is sandalwood. Akshat is rice. Pushpa is flower. Naved is sweets. Deep is lamp, Dhoop is incense, and then we have Phal, fruit. And then we have mass of all the 8 substances put together. And then we have this Jai Mala, wherein we are again going to discuss about 12 wishful reflections. The last chapter that we finished was about this Bara Bhavana only. And again, we are going to read here in this pujan in the form of Jai Mala. And then we will again be reading about these 12 reflections in Chaidala also. And then, of course, we are going to read the whole book on 12 reflections. So very important. So we begin with the Jal or the water. So first I would read the Hindi one and then the English one. इंद्रिय के भोग मधुर विषसम लावण्यमयी कंचन काया. इंद्रिय के भोग, pleasures of senses are sweet poison. So sweet poisons initially looks very sweet, but later on it gives a very bad effect on that person. So pleasures of senses are sweet poison. Nevertheless, one is attracted towards this handsome human frame. So human frame is the human body, and Indriya ke bhog madhur vissam. Madhur is sweet. Vissam means poison. So pleasures of the senses are just like sweet poison. So the sweet poison, although we taste sweet initially, but the results of those sweetness is bitter poison. So in spite of that, one is always attracted towards this handsome human frame. Lavanyamayi kanchan kaya. Kanchan kaya means handsome human frame. Then second line. यह सब कुछ जड़ की क्रीड़ा है, मैं अब तक जान न पाया. I have failed to comprehend that all this is the manifestation of matter alone. Only Pudgal Dravya is playing out. So these are all the activities of the matter alone. मैं भूल स्वयं निज वैभव को, forgetting my own glories, forgetting my own assets, पर ममता में अटकाया हूँ. I have added to attachment of the non-self or the non-soul. So everything apart from my soul is non-soul or non-self for me. So what was my mistake? Forgetting my own glories. मैं भूल स्वयं निज वैभव को. I am in possession of innumerable qualities. Right? Innumerable qualities. But I forgot about all those qualities, and I got attracted towards the non-self. अब निर्मल सम्यक नीर लिए मिथ्यामल धोने आया हूँ. So in the last line, in this prayer, it is always the bhakt or the worshipper who always tells to this Lord, now I have come to you to wash off wrong faith, mithya mal, right? So the delusion is the wrong faith with the pure water of right faith. So wrong faith and right faith. So I have come to you for what? To wash off my wrong faith with the pure water of right faith. I offer to you this water for destroying wrong faith, as it has not been able to quench my eternal thirst. मिथ्यात्व मल विनशाय, मिथ्यात्व मल विनशनाय जलम निर्पामिति स्वाहा. So I offered to you this water for destroying wrong faith, as it has not been able to quench my eternal thirst. So I've been thirsty from time immortal, and in spite of drinking so much of water, still I am thirsty. So I'm not able to quench my eternal thirst. So that's why I am offering you this water. Next in the sequence is Chandan, or the sandalwood. जड़ चेतन की सब परिणति प्रभु अपने अपने में होती है. Jad is non-sentient, Chetan is sentient. All the sentient and non-sentient entities behave and act in their own limits of existence. अपने अपने में होती है. अनुकूल कहे प्रतिकूल कहे यह झूठी मन की वृत्ति है. Calling them favorable or unfavorable is a false attitude of the mind. प्रतिकूल संयोगों में क्रोधित होकर संसार बढ़ाया. I have only lengthened the circle of life and death by becoming unhappy with unfavorable associations. So I got connected with the wrong elements, and because of that, I have only increased my circle of life and death, and simultaneously I krodhit hokar. So krodhit is anger, by becoming unhappy with unfavorable association. Unfavorable association is pratikul sanyog. Favorable is anukul sanyog. So krodhit hokar, by manifesting those passions like anger, then we have krodh, then a maya. Krodh, man. Man is pride. Maya is deceit, and lobh is greed. So all these are four major passions. All the sentient and non-sentient entities behave and act in their own limits of existence. Calling them favorable or unfavorable is a false attitude of the mind. I have only lengthened the circle of life and death by becoming unhappy with unfavorable association. In the last line, संतप्त हृदय प्रभु चंदन सम शीतलता पाने आया हूं. I have come to you with a grieved heart to get peace of mind as from sandalwood. So sandalwood is very famous for its cooling effect. right? So I have become hot with the passions of anger and all. And with this Chandan, it will cool down my passions and give me a peace of mind. I offer to you this sandalwood to destroy the anger and me in me, as this has not been able to keep me calm and undisturbed. So this was about Chandan. Third one is Akshat. So there are total 8 substances or Ashtadravya when we do this puja. So first one was water, then was sandalwood. Then we have the third one as Akshat or the rice. Ujjwal hu kund dhaval hu Prabhu. Kund dhaval is white flower. I am pure and without any blemish. पर से लगाऊं किंचित भी, having no connection with the non-self. फिर भी अनुकूल लगे उन पर करता अभिमान निरंतर ही. Even then I always take pride in favorable associations of this world. जड़ पर झुक झुक जाता चेतन की मार्दव की खंडित काया. This is a homage of the sentient to the non-sentient elements, destroying our modesty. जड़ पर झुक जाता जाता चेतन. So from time immortal, I have an inclination towards material things. So in the first line, it was about krodh or anger. In the second line, it was about abhiman or the pride. The third line is about krodh, man, maya. Maya is deceit. जड़ पर झुक झुक जाता चेतन की मार्दव की खंडित काया. This is a homage of the sentient to the non-sentient elements. Non-sentient elements is jad, destroying our modesty. So this is destroying our modesty. So when we get inclined towards material or the matter, then we destroy our modesty. निज शाश्वत अक्षय निधि पाने अब दास चरण रज में आया. I have come to you, O Supreme Trio, for the realization of my supreme bliss. You know? So I am taking shelter in you just to realize my supreme bliss. I offer to you this unbroken rice to achieve the undestroyable treasure of joy. So each of the substance has a inner meaning in this every stanza that we are seeing now. Coming into the onto the
Excuse me.
uh,
Can you explain it even simpler? That
simpler.
Akshat.
So Akshat is so basically this is a prayer, and Akshat means rise. So instead of offering the original things, we are just taking this rice and the pushpa and all as a token of that material. So Jal, Chandan, then we have Akshat, Pushp, Naivedya, Deep, Dhoop and Phal. So
When you're saying about rice, you're saying that each line talks about this one, right? I'm not able to understand that one.
So with the medium of rice, we
Okay.
are offering this prayer.
Okay.
Rice is called Akshat in Hindi.
Okay.
So chawal is Akshat.
Okay.
So each one has some indication with it. So we want to achieve the liberated state, and this liberated state is called Akshay Pad, which never gets destroyed. That is called Akshay Pad. And since we want to achieve this Akshay Pad, we are offering rice or the Akshat. Rice is also called Akshat. Chawal ko Akshat ka pratik mana hai. Pratik. It's just a symbol of rice is a symbol of Akshat. Then similarly, we have the fourth one as Pushpa. Pushpa is flower. Yah Pushpa sukomal kitna hai. This flower is very soft. Sukomal means soft. Tan mein maya kuch shesh nahi. It has no crookedness or deceitfulness. निज अंतर का प्रभु भेद कहूं, उसमें रुजुता का लेश नहीं. I accept that there is no straightforwardness in my own self. So my inner feeling or the manifestations that I am developing are all very crooked or deceitful. And I do accept that there is no straightforwardness in my own self. Then चिंतन कुछ, फिर संभाषण कुछ, वृत्ति कुछ की कुछ होती है. So my thinking goes on some other lines, and then I talk on some other lines, express in some other form, and my action is all these are not matching. The true Digambar monk, their thinking and the expression and the action all are in uniformity. They do match. But what about myself? My thinking, expression and actions are all different from each other. स्थिरता निज में प्रभु पाऊं, जो अंतर का कालुष धोती है. I therefore implore is beg. I therefore beg to you to grant me stability that washes off inner impurities. Antar ka kalush is inner impurities, and when sthirta nij mein prabhu. So when I concentrate on myself, all these impurities gets washed off automatically. So I offer to you this flower to achieve supreme straightforwardness in my nature. Then we come to the fifth one. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. Fifth one, which is Neved. अब तक अगणित जड़ द्रव्यों से प्रभु भूख न मेरी शांत हुई. My hunger has remained insatiate even after consuming countless inanimate articles. Inanimate articles is jad dravya. So even after eating so much of so many articles, my hunger has remained insatiate. I have not been able to satisfy my hunger. Trishna ki khai khub bhari. Trishna is greediness. The pit of greediness has been filled time and again, but it has remained empty. Var rikt rahi, but it has remained empty. युग युग से इच्छा सागर में, सागर is ocean and इच्छा सागर is sea of desires, and युग युग से, that means time immemorial. I been गोते खाता आया हूं. I have been moving in the sea of desires and sinking therein from time immemorial. Now the last line. पंचेंद्रिय मन के षटरस्तज अनुपम रस पीने आया हूं. Renouncing all pleasures of senses and mind, I have come to thee for drinking deep of the intrinsic nectar of the soul. Anupam ras is called intrinsic nectar of the soul. So nectar is the sweetness of the soul. So Panchendriya is 5 senses and Man is the 6th sense. So renouncing all pleasures of 6 and mind, Anupam ras peene aaya hoon. I have come to thee for drinking deep of the intrinsic nectar of the soul. I offer to you these sweets in order to win victory over my passions of greed. Now comes the 5th one. 5, 6, 7. No, this is the 6th one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th. And now we are moving on to the 6th one. So now we are offering the deep or the lamp. जग के जड़ दीपक को अब तक समझा था मैंने उजियारा. I was under the impression that my life will be illuminated with this inanimate lamp. What is this inanimate lamp? The deepak, जग के जड़ दीपक. So during the time of load shedding or when there is darkness, we illuminate this deepak to spread the लाइट। जग के जड़ दीपक को अब तक समझा था मैंने उजियारा। I was under the impression that my life will be illuminated with this inanimate lamp. जंजा के एक झकोरे में, heavy tempest of wind, जो बनता घोर तिमिरकारा, which changes into deep darkness, just in a heavy tempest of wind. So when there is a heavy tempest of wind, all the lamps get extinguished and there is darkness all around. I have therefore come to place this mortal light at your feet. अतः एव प्रभो यह नश्वर दीप समर्पण करने आया हूं. नश्वर दीप is mortal light at your feet. तेरी अंतरलो से निज अंतर दीप जलाने आया हूं. And to light my own inner lamp with your supreme light of omniscience. I offer to you this lamp in order to destroy the darkness of my inner self. So what this darkness is all about? It is the delusion. And because of this delusion, I am not able to understand the true nature of each substance because of this delusion. Now we move on to the next one, which is Dhup, seventh one, second last. जड़ कर्म घुमाता है मुझको, यह मिथ्या भ्रांति रही मेरी. मैं रागी द्वेषी हो लेता, जब परिणति होती जड़ केरी. I have entertained the false belief that inanimate karmas are the cause of my wanderings in the 4 phases of life. 4 phases of life means 4 states of existence. So we have one human, then we have Tiryanch called subhuman, then we have hellish, Narak, and then we have celestial being, Swarg. So I have entertained the false belief and that inanimate karmas are the cause of my wanderings in the 4 phases of life. मैं रागी द्वेषी हो लेता जब परिणति होती जड़ की. As such, I indulge in attachment and aversion when these karmas behave in themselves. So the karmas and the soul are 2 different things. Karma functions in itself and soul functions in its own boundary. Soul does not affect the karmas and the karmas cannot affect the soul. यो भाव कर्म या भाव मरण सदियों से करता आता हूं. Thus I have been passing through material as well as psychic karmas for centuries. Material karma is dravya karma and psychic karma is bhav karma. निज अनुपम गंध अनल से प्रभु पर गंध जलाने आया हूं. I have come to thee, O Trio, to burn external incense for achieving the sweet spiritual incense of my own self. I offer to you this incense to destroy the antagonistic inclinations of my existence. Viprit pariniti vinashaya. So, anti-agnostic inclination of my existence. So I am offering you this incense to destroy the antagonistic inclinations. What is this antagonistic? Vibhav pariniti. So with the help of this incense, I want to destroy my wrong belief. Phal. We are coming to the last one, the phal. जग में जिसको निज कहता मैं वह छोड़ मुझे चल देता है. Whatever material entities I call as my own, leave me all of a sudden. So whatever material entities I come across and I call them my own, they just leave me all of a sudden. And I am again alone. मैं आकुल व्याकुल हो लेता, व्याकुल का फल व्याकुलता है. I thus become perturbed, and this mental disorderliness leads to others of the same kind. So vyakulta is anxiety, and because of this, my wrong belief, I call all the material entities as my own, and they leave me just all of a sudden, and I become perturbed, and this mental disorderness leads to others of the same kind, to other kind of anxieties of the same kind. मैं शांत निराकुल चेतन हूँ, है मुक्ति रमा सहचर मेरी. I am a perfectly peaceful, sentient, and unruffled. The Lady Liberation is my companion. Mukti Rama Sahachar Meri. So here the stage of liberation is being explained as the lady, Mukti Rama Sahachar Meri, as my lady friend. Sahachar is a friend. The lady liberation is my companion. यह मोह तड़क कर टूट पड़े प्रभु सार्थक फल पूजा तेरी. I want to see my delusions dashed to pieces, and that is the purpose of my prayer to thee. So in all we have seen, the common factor across all the problems of this world is delusion. So that's why the delusion is called the father of all sins. I want to see my delusions dashed to pieces, and that is the purpose of my prayer to thee. I offer to you this fruit to obtain the fruit of supreme bliss. Now, this is a mass of all 8 substances put together. Shan bhar nij ras ko pi chetan, mithya mal ko dho deta hai. I wash off all imperfections of wrong belief after drinking deep of my own sentient nectar. So we have covered up here water. Then Chandan. Thus I destroy all passionate feelings. काशाइक भाव विनष्ट किए निज आनंद अमृत पीता है. And enjoy that sentient drink of my own self. अनुपम सुख तब विलसित होता, केवल रवि जगमग करता है. Matchless bliss, or the anupam means where is a substance where we cannot relate it to any worldly object. Thus I destroy all passionate feeling. Matchless bliss is then born, and sun of omniscience rises with all its glory. केवल रवि जगमग करता है. Sun of omniscience rises with all its glory. दर्शन बल पूर्ण प्रकट होता, यह ही अर्हंत अवस्था है. Sentient perception and vitality then appear in their fullness, which is the state of Aryantas. So there is the previous line, it was about complete knowledge or omniscience. And in this line, there is complete perception and then complete vitality. So Anupam Sukh, so Sukh also. So in the Aryant Avastha, there are 4 kinds of Char Chatushtay called Anant Gyan. Anant Gyan is infinite knowledge. Anant Darshan, infinite perception. Anant Sukh, infinite bliss. And then there is infinite virya, or the vitality or the power.
Can you give another word for sentient? SENTIENT.
Sentient is the manifestation or the emotions that I reproduce. दर्शन बल पूर्ण प्रकटता, यही अर्यंत अवस्था है. यह अर्घ समर्पण करके प्रभु निज गुण का अर्घ बनाऊंगा. Offering you this combination, I collect all the great attributes of my soul. So, यह अर्घ means this combination of 8 substances. यह अर्घ समर्पण करके प्रभु, I am offering you this combination to collect what I want in return. I want all the great attributes to be reproduced in my manifestation. I want to collect all the great attributes of my soul. निज गुण का अर्घ्य बनाऊंगा और निश्चित तेरे सदृश प्रभु अर्हंत अवस्था पाऊंगा. I am confident that I shall now achieve the glories of the supreme omniscient being. So in this particular stanza, the journey from the beginning to the Aryant Avastha is all given here. I offer to you this mass of 8 substance in order to achieve everlasting happiness of the soul. So this was all about the puja or the prayer, and then we have this stavan or the prayer in this prayer, we are going to discuss on 12 wishful reflections. भवन में जी भर घूम चुका, कण कण को जी भर भर देखा, मृग सम मृग तृष्णा के पीछे मुझको न मिली सुख की रेखा. I have wandered through this wood of life and appropriated every particle thereof. Bhavavan means from time immortal, I have been wandering through from one species to another species. I have wandered through this भवन में जी भर घूम चुका, कण 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 की जो भर भर देखा. I wandered through this wood of life. So wood of life is bhavan. Wood means jungle, or the one, and life is bhav. Bhavan में जी भर घूम चुका. I have wandered through this wood of life and appropriated every particle thereof. कण कण को जी भर भर देखा. I have seen each and every particle thereof. मृग सम मृग तृष्णा के पीछे मुझको न मिली सुख की रेखा. But I did not get even a ray of joy like the deer after mirage in the desert. So this deer will be, the spelling will be D-E-E-R. Mrug is deer. So we all know that in the desert there is an oasis or the mirage. So the deer is very thirsty and she wants to drink the water, and because of the mirage, actually the sand shines on the sun rays, and because of that it appears that there is water pond over there. So the deer goes on running there, and there is no water actually, it was just only a reflection. So then he sees at some other place, there also water appears, and then he runs there and goes there, and there also there is no water. And similarly he keeps on wandering, and ultimately he loses all his energy and he dies, but he's not able to drink a single drop of water. So similarly, I also explored in different species of this universe, and I never experienced eternal bliss in any of the worldly objects. So this was the introduction, and now we'll start with 12 wishful reflections or the Bara Bhavna. In fact, we had already read about this the last week through the Jaichandji Chabda's 12 wishful reflections. But now this will be Babuji's 12 wishful reflections. Then we will read about Daulat Ramji's 12 wishful reflections, and then we will study about another 15-20 wishful reflections of different authors and different acharyas. Even Kunkun Acharya also has written 12 wishful reflections. So this we are, as the time is over right now, so I don't want to start this 12 wishful reflections, but tomorrow we'll try to definitely finish all these 12 reflections at one go. And then we move on to the next chapter, the lesson 2. The lesson 2 is also the God, the scripture, and the monk. It's also about Dev Shastra Guru, but it is in the so the first one was in the prayer form or the words form, and this will be in the form of an article. But more or less the theme will be the same. So the first one was a prayer and the other will be in an article format. So we'll just get accustomed to how we can do puja. So when the next time when you go to a temple, then you should do this prayer with the 8 substances or the 8 dravya. And it's a very nice, I can say, experience when you go to the temple and do this kind of prayer. And it is not only a prayer, but simultaneously you can see that everywhere the author has tried to produce or reproduce the discriminative knowledge, how to do Ved Vigyan. So it is all very educative. It is all offering the prayers also, and at the same time it is all very educative also. So any questions for today?
Sir, I didn't attend the last class. You have given some assignments. Can you just briefly explain what is that one?
So we had just completed in the last class, the part 1, Vitrag Vigyan part 1.
Yeah, okay, sir.
So there will be one concept clarity paper 1.
Okay.
It's a written assignment, and there you have to summarize whatever has been taught. So instead of doing all the 8 chapters summary, I would suggest that you can do any 4, pick up any 4 of your choice. Any 4, any 5, any 6, any 8 also, I don't mind. But if you are doing only 4 of them, you can give more time, more space to each one. And anyways, you have to finish within 6 pages. You cannot go beyond 6 pages ideally. But if someone is not able to finish in 6 pages, and even if he does 7 pages, I don't mind. But you try to make it up to 6 pages. And those who are not having much time, they can just write minimum 2 pages also. But everyone must write 1 page on Mythbuster, not the 1 full page, but a half page on after reading this full paper or the paper 1 or paper 2, whichever it is. After reading this book, what were your earlier belief, and after reading this chapter, what is your belief now, and what kind of myth has been busted that you need to share with us. And so you should write half a page on Mythbusters. How you came over about your wrong beliefs. So this is all about the assignment of paper 1. And when we finish Vitrag Vigyan 2, now we have started. So when we finish Vitrag Vigyan 2, then again there will be another concept clarity paper 2. And then when we finish Vitrag Vigyan 3, we will have another concept clarity paper 3 where you have to write like this. So this carries 30 marks, 30, 30, 30. So this is 90. Then you have objectives of 150. So total 150 plus 90 is 240. And then 60 marks is your oral assignments, wherein the first one is Gandhar GM, Gandhar Mulyankan and Viva, 15 marks each. And then we have 3 questions centrally asked by the management that carries 10 marks each. And that is called life-changing practical applications. So that will be somewhere in the month of May. We'll go get those 3 questions. But the other 2 oral assignments, GM and Viva, that we are going to do anyways after we finish Vitrag Vigyan Part 2. And I will be allocating 1 chapter to each student, where you have to summarize that chapter within 5 minutes. And then I will ask 3 questions based on that chapter only. So this we are going to do after we finish Vitrag Vigyan 2. So now you have this homework to complete that concept clarity paper 1. There is a 21 days time period, and it's going to come to end on 20th March.
Should we send it hard copy, or we can take a scan of it and send to you?
No, you have to write, and then you have to scan it and upload
it.
Upload in the Moodle app.
What app? Moodle.
Moodle. We have Moodle app now.
Okay.
And I hope all you have attended that event, biannual event that was conducted by Swanubhuti ji and the other team members. And it was very motivating. And every 6 months, this is how the results are declared every 6 months. And so from the next, whenever the next event comes up, you will be also finishing your first semester, and you will also receive your result. So this journey is going to be very exciting and very interesting. Initially, people do find some difficulties in adjusting and understanding the concept, but as we move on, things will become very easy.
So one question, sir.
Yeah.
Do we underline, do we name the chapters, like if we are doing the second, third and fourth? That would be better to signify what we are talking about.
Yeah. You have to.
Okay.
And, if you are submitting within the time period, there will be no deduction of marks. Everyone will be given full marks. There is no scope of cutting any kind of marks by the teacher in these 3 assignments.
So if I'm ready with the answer, can I scan it and upload, or we wait for the 20th? I've written
you can read right now also.
I've written it.
Yeah, you have written it, so you can upload. I will send you the, I have to just open.
But next week, next week you can send it.
I'll
upload. Another thing I want to ask, sir, I just took the question answers paper in the other batch. Okay, in that they had asked that Adinath Bhagwan, it says 12 months in the book. And in Shwetambar, we do 13 months. So I was wondering, what is the right answer?
The right answer is 13 months and 9 days.
Yeah, but in the books everywhere, in these books, they're written 12 months. Ki 12 mahina unko khana nahi mila. So I was wondering what was the right answer.
Which book it is written 12 months?
In our, that Balbodh, I think so. The Balbodh, in that it was given 12 months. Even in the guide, it's given 12 months. I'll scan it and send it to you personally.
Okay. So there must be some mistakes in writing it.
No, not mistake, but I just wanted to clarify. It might not be a mistake.
No, it's exactly, it is 13 months, 9 months. If you check
9 days.
Adi Puran is about Adinath only, the whole character of Adinath, and it has been written by Acharya Dev. So in that particular Adi Puran, it is given as 13 months and 9 days. So initially he took 6 months vows for not eating anything, and subsequently when he tried to go for food, he was not getting the food because nobody knew how to offer food. So that's why another 7 months passed, and then ultimately Shreyans Raja, King Shreyans, with his clairvoyance knowledge, got to know the process of offering food to the Lord Adinath, and then he got the food. So exactly it is 13 months and 9 days. But even if somebody writes 12 months, it's okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so we'll close for today. First, I will close this YouTube live